What's up, good people? Bernard Riley here, diving back into this black social media mayhem. It's going crazy out here in these black YouTube streets. Something recently came across my desk where I was sent a video of a woman who more or less was celebrating. Like she was happy about her BBL. She was like dancing, spinning, and twirling around about getting her BBL. And the process of doing that is when you do the research on it, it's very grueling. They have to do all kind of weird stuff, cut the stomach open, pull it down, cut out a new hole for the belly button. It's kind of disgusting. But never mind those gruesome details. The fact of the matter is, she was happy and very pleased and was dancing about it.
Money world, si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero, solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny.
Now, she was happy with it, but I could still make the case that she probably didn't look that good with it. Some of them, they go and get the surgeries done, and yeah, but their arms and shoulders and the upper part of their back are still the same size. So they're walking around with big arms, shoulders, backs, even though the stomach is flat and the waist is in, but that kind of makes them look like retired football players.
Ray Lewis.
But it's not even necessarily a matter of real or fake. I've always said it's either it looks good or it don't. In some cases, it looks really good. All right. But what I'm looking out here today is the reason why they do it. I've been in Atlanta twice in the last year. And both times I saw women from their early 20s to mid 30s being rolled around in those wheelchairs at the airport, seemingly healthy, other than the fact that they just had a gruesome procedure done on their body. And then you ask the simple question, why are they doing it? I've heard a lot of responses, I've heard a lot of answers, but the common answer truly is,
She wants the dick!
it's because men like it. And when they say because men like it, they're really saying because black men like it. And the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of truth to it, even though there's a lot of criticism online where a lot of guys say, oh, we don't want these fake bodies, we like natural bodies. But the fact of the matter is, black men did ultimately create that market. They created that market because there are some women who walk around with natural bodies like that. And ever since Sir Mix-a-Lot
Baby got back.
it's been a growing movement towards thicker women, smaller waist, wider hips, thicker thighs, and the whole works. We know how that works. We know what that is. And that ultimately led unto years later when Buffy the Body, who didn't have the prototypical type of beauty that you normally see on the cover of magazine, that you could not have that aesthetic and be dark-skinned. But if you got that body, you could be a star. And a lot of them started trying to get that body, but that market for that body, those market pressures and demands were created by black men. Black men ultimately created that, going back to the 90s when they were basically advertising the prototypical blonde bombshell, skinny, size 2, big breasts, long blonde hair. That was the body type that the media was putting out there. But black men more or less ignored that and gravitated more towards the bodies that a lot of black women naturally had, even though a lot of them squander it with bad eating habits. They squander natural good genetics, but nevertheless, that's what black men naturally gravitated to, and it created a whole market for that. And to some degree, it's become not necessarily the standard, but it's definitely a standard out there. And it was going on back then. I was born in 1982, so I was right there at ground zero in the late 90s, where I was starting to hear black girls in high school talking about they want to get on birth control because that'll help them gain weight, that'll make them get thick.
What you talking about, Willis?
Early stages at ground zero, right when I really was, had my collar pop, trying to get out there a little bit. Women were talking about getting on birth control. When I say women, I'm talking about black girls in high school. Back then, we're even talking about getting on birth control so they can get thick. And now, fast forward, it's even white girls talking like that. It's even white girls trying to figure out how they can get thick. It's to the point to where now people, and by people, I mean black women, dying for this stuff. So it's moved on like that. But when you ask Black women what happened and why did they do it, and you could just look at simple market pressures and demands, a lot of it is because it will make them more valuable sexually. It will make them more sexually valuable, and in most cases, sexually valuable to Black men. So you can basically say Black men wanted it, Black women complied. Black women complied to meet the market demands of what Black men wanted. But Black men have also been making a whole nother movement that's been going on social media, where they've been talking about the attitudes of Black women, the lack of compliance of Black women, the way that Black women can be pretty defiant when it comes to Black men, how they can not be cooperative and submissive when it comes to Black men. Black men have made a market demand for that, yet no compliance. But they're willing to comply to what Black men wants when it comes to the thing that will ultimately position them to being a sexual object. A sex object, not a sex symbol, it's a big difference. They will comply to the market demands of Black men when it comes to that, but it's a hard, resounding hell no, we won't go when it comes to complying to the market demands that would make them more suitable for an actual long-term relationship or a functioning family, and the things that will ward off dysfunction and cause more function. They won't comply to the demands of that. But when it comes to the thing, you ask them, why do they wear a long weave, or why do they get surgery on their bodies, or why do they do it? Because Black men like it.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
So you will comply in one instant that positions you as a sexual object, but when it comes to complying in a way that will make you valuable in a way that matters, no compliance.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
If that doesn't get you into the mind of the modern woman and how they think and what they do and how they operate and what's important to them, if nothing highlights that more, this small fact here does. Just these small facts and details definitely highlight that.
Something is wrong here. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway.
But that's my take on this Black social media mayhem. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Whether you agree or disagree with the points that I made here, let me know what you think. And with that said, good people, we are out of here. Peace.